They say love is blind, but what if that's only half the truth? What if love doesn't lose sight, but instead gains a deeper one, a vision that sees beyond appearances, beyond words, beyond even logic? Maybe love doesn't just ignore flaws. Maybe it sees them more clearly than anyone else does, and stays anyway. Here's the truth no one really says out loud. Love isn't proven in big moments. It's not found in birthdays or anniversaries or perfectly curated Instagram stories. Love is hidden in glitches, in pauses, in the moments she forgets to wear her mask around you. So, here's the real question. How do you know if a woman truly loves you? Not likes you, not enjoys your company, not tolerates your flaws with a smile, but loves you in a way that rewires her life, her nervous system, her future. The kind of love that isn't just emotional, it's spiritual, elemental. And if you are done chasing superficial signs and ready to see love for what it really is, raw, transformative, often terrifying, then this message is for you. Let's dive in. Sign 1. She fights you like she's trying to save herself. When a woman truly loves you, she will fight, but not out of hate. She fights because she cares too deeply. Because your presence is no longer just comforting, it's consequential. This isn't about petty arguments or passive-aggressive silence. This is about the kind of conflict that feels like two people trying to perform open-heart surgery on each other with kitchen knives. When she argues, it's not to win. It's to protect the version of herself that only exists in your presence. Real love is a risk. She gave you the keys to her most vulnerable places, the emotional nuclear codes. So when you fumble, even slightly, her subconscious goes into red alert. That anger, that intensity, it's fear of losing herself in someone who doesn't understand what he's been entrusted with. Søren Kierkegaard once said, "The greatest hazard of all, losing oneself, can occur very quietly." That's what she's fighting. Not you. The possibility that loving you too much might make her lose pieces of who she's been. So don't see her fire as rejection. See it as proof she's terrified of what you mean to her. Sign 2. She shows you her ugly without warning. The rawest intimacy isn't sexual. It's emotional nakedness. At some point in a real relationship, the highlight reel ends. The filtered photos stop. The curated smiles crack. And that's when it happens. She shows you her ugly. Not in selfies. In stories. In tears. In the deep, bruised places of her life she swore she'd never share. She tells you about the time she didn't want to wake up. About her guilt, her shame, her rage. Not for attention, but because something in her soul says, You can hold this. That's not weakness. That's sacred. Here's the test. When she shows you that version of herself, do you lean in or flinch? Because love, real love, is saying, even here, especially here, I see you. And I stay. If she's never shown you that version, ask yourself, have you made her feel safe enough to fall apart in front of you? Because the most powerful moment in any relationship is when someone says, "This is who I really am." And the other person whispers, "I know. And I'm not leaving." Sign 3. She remembers what you forgot you shared. She remembers the way your dad played Springsteen on Sundays. She remembers that weird joke you made the night your boss yelled at you. She remembers the name of your childhood cat. Not because she's taking notes, but because she's building a mosaic of you inside her heart. When a woman genuinely loves you, she listens to remember. She's not just storing data, she's collecting pieces of your soul. And in a world where most people forget what you said 5 minutes ago, someone remembering your most throwaway memories? That's love. True love is attention. And attention is the purest form of devotion. Sign 4. She challenges you because she sees more in you. Some women will let you stay comfortable. She won't. Not because she's bossy, but because she refuses to watch you shrink. She sees the man you are becoming, and she won't let you betray him. She'll ask hard questions. She'll call you out when you are playing small. She'll confront your excuses even when it makes things uncomfortable. And the reason? She's not in love with your status, she's in love with your evolution. That's what makes her dangerous and rare. It's easy to find someone who likes who you are. It's rare to find someone who believes in who you could be and holds you to it. Sign 5. She defends you when you are not around. Most people perform love when eyes are watching. She doesn't need an audience. She protects your name even in rooms you'll never enter. She won't let people reduce you to your mistakes. She doesn't laugh along when others throw shade. She doesn't nod when people question your path. She says, "You don't see the blueprint. I do." That's not romantic. That's reverence. Real love is loyalty without applause. If she's guarding your name in private, she's holding your heart in sacred space. Sign 6. She mentions the future and you're in it. She's talking about next summer. A new couch. What we might name a dog someday. It's subtle but profound. When a woman loves you, the future rearranges itself to include you. She's not scripting wedding vows. She's just letting her subconscious speak, and it places you in her next season. Because love leaks forward in time. If she never includes you in any version of what's next, that's not a red flag, but it is a flashlight. It tells you how deep her roots go. Sign 7. She loves you in the middle of your becoming. You are not finished. You've got habits, fears, trauma. Maybe you are still figuring it all out. And guess what? She still stays. Not because you've arrived, but because she sees the man you are becoming. This is the rarest love. Not the one who falls for your highlight reel, but the one who loves your rough draft. She doesn't need perfection. She needs presence. She doesn't want rescue. She wants to walk beside you while you rebuild. That's love. Not fantasy. Not fairy tale. Reality. Sacred. Messy. Transformational. If you've seen yourself in this, if you recognize her in these words, then stop wondering. You've got something rare. And in a world that's full of temporary attention, superficial connection, and emotional laziness, that kind of love, you don't just keep it. You nurture it. You build with it. You protect it. Because love like that doesn't come twice. So here's the ask. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. Reflect on it. Don't just scroll past it. Let it change you. And if you want to go deeper, if you are ready to stop performing and start transforming, then join the private members only room. No fluff. No flexing. Just real conversations with men building emotional power, purpose, and peace. Links are below. But the real invitation is to become the kind of man who's not afraid to love fully, fiercely, and consciously. Because if you've got a woman who loves you like this, don't just be grateful. Be worthy.